Welcome everybody, everybody to tune in, the millions at home watching.
And millions.
And millions, yeah. Appreciate y'all giving us the time. We got a action-packed episode.
Big trauma show, baby.
Big trauma show, but this is what we call man time episode. We only have one young lady in here representing for the women. My girl Chris Cash is in the building.
She back.
We're gonna try to, we're gonna try to keep it,
It's gonna be rough for you,
yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Watch out,
it's
gonna be rough.
We're gonna try to be cordial. So we're gonna go around. Y'all know me. You know what I'm saying? Chris, iNDo. My man Matt. Just go around and just kind of introduce everybody.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and start. Like I said, I'm Matt, and we gonna get this thing going. Appreciate everybody being here. Like I said, we'll go around with the guests.
How you doing? My name is Kay. Thanks y'all for having me for a guest. I appreciate it. I'm looking to have a good time.
Hey, it's Chris Cash. Yeah, welcome
back in the house.
Here again.
Yeah, you supposed to stand?
Where you from?
Nah, he said we're supposed to stand.
You can share what you want, but like you can be the only one to share nothing.
Say things we like and shit.
You can say anything. You like pizza, you like lasagna and shit. Like
I'm Tone,
if you
AKA Sosa.
yeah, give them all that.
Man, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's good. Everybody don't want to say nothing. What part of you?
Yeah, it's
DC, Maryland. You go to
A lot
of places. Okay.
And he the biggest Kobe fan in the building. You know what I'm saying? That's Kobe. Well, he might be the second because Red said she like Kobe too.
Right.
But that's my man right there.
1A,
Good
1B.
dude.
We could be 1A, 1B.
Alright, so we here. It's a quick introductions. We gonna pull up real quick one time.
Yeah, get Johnny.
Start the. You in it? Oh, you're in it?
Yeah, they always forget my man Johnny.
Johnny, I didn't know he was part of the
so
job.
handsome. Y'all probably can't see how handsome he is, but he's a very
Johnny's
handsome
like
man.
the man behind the curtain.
For sure, dog. You know what I'm saying?
What up, family and friends? It's Johnny or John.
Okay.
I'm a bartender from DC as well.
Okay.
Just so you know, LeBron James is better than Kobe Bryant.
There we go. There we go.
Man time. Like in the guy.
Y'all gonna edit this. Y'all gonna cut out the
I'm edit that part out.
Let's get your shots up.
Salute y'all. Salute. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody coming through. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. We gonna get right into it, man. We gonna get into a topic that's near and dear to my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right, we right into it, man.
Yeah, we get right into it. So the first thing that we're gonna talk about, and like I said, when we talk about things here, I try to keep it as even as possible and objective, not necessarily looking at it from, we here to bash women, we here to bash men, we here to bash whatever. You know what I'm saying? Looking at things from an objective perspective, it's important. And sometimes that shit might come off, it might sound bad, you may be bashed, you may not be, but like I said, I think just being objective in it is important. So the first thing that we're gonna talk about is accountability in relationships, right? And when I say that, it's accountability for yourself and decisions that you're making. You know what I mean? So this is a super important, I think this is a really important topic because when people break up, or just in general, you let somebody talk about their experience with their ex, whatever it may be, and they're like, "Oh, this motherfucker's trash. He's terrible." And a dude, it may be depending on who you ask. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has their different, point of views of how their previous relationships with or the people they've dealt with. The thing that be throwing me the whole way off though is like you're choosing these people, right? You're with this bitch. You're with this dude, and you chose to be with them. Through their trash ass mistakes, through them not texting you back, through them doing dirty shit, and because you have like I said, you fuck with them for whatever reason. Maybe you got you a bad junk and you can't really see yourself getting that type of junk again. So you're like, I'm gonna do anything to keep her. But now you find yourself in a tough situation. You know what I mean? Because you might end up dealing with a woman, right? This woman is let's say she's the baddest junk you could ever acquire. You got her, but she putting you through hell, right? Putting you through hell. You're like, man, but you want to keep her. So naturally, you doing everything you can, try to keep this joint around, right? Whole time in your mind, like I said, you're not thinking, like literally she's doing the bare minimum. I'm bending over backwards doing, and now you get to bashing this junk, like, man, this bitch is trash, man, bitches are trash, and vice versa. Bitches get to fucking with a dude, like, man, this dude don't never hit me back. He don't have shit planned. He's not on this shit, but you choose to continue to talk to that person. And when it's over, you be like, damn, man, women is trash. Man, it's trash. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And to me, that lacks a lot of accountability. You know what I'm saying? People don't take any accountability in relationships these days in terms of Like, yo, you chose this person. They had an attitude. You chose to look past it. You know what I mean? But people don't look at that. They're just looking, oh, these men are terrible. These bitches is terrible, blah, 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 blah. But they don't ever look inside to themselves in terms of what the hell they got going on. Yeah. And there's no accountability in that. You know what I mean? But I think that's a huge problem because they're never looking inward. It's always like, oh, this person's trash. Well, you chose someone that clearly didn't fuck with you. Mm-hmm. You chose to still deal with them. And then at the end, you say, oh, damn, they're trash. Without any introspect in yourself, you know what I'm saying, and look and shit like that. So I'm just curious, like I said, just in terms of how accountability affects relationships now and going forward, and in terms of your relationships moving forward, what people need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's just too many excuses. Like, oh, I fuck, it's all bad trash bitches out here. All right, well, you're choosing to fuck with trash bitches and stay with them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can't control if you meet someone and they're a trash person. All right, that's cool. It's to your discretion to say, I can't rock with this person. They might be the most beautiful person, or for a jump, dude might got the most money, but he's showing you he's trash, and you choose to still deal with this person. That's on you. That's on you.
I would say this.
What do you
like on some of my experience? I would say for me, I don't necessarily date trash people, but I'll have trash experiences and just kind of like cut people off quickly. Like, I'm not about to wait around.
When you find out they're trash, you cut them off.
Yeah, just off.
Well, that's the way.
But people will tell me like, why you cut them off so soon? This could have been this could have been that. And I'm just like, I've been through this so many times to know what is about to happen. I just don't feel like doing it. So I feel like sometimes we go through a lot of trash individuals and we don't stay with them, but we still experience trash.
But a lot of time people do stay with them. I'm talking about men and women.
But I'm saying, like,
some people stay with somebody and expect to either try, build them up, or just give them the benefit of their doubt.
Maybe change or whatever. Yeah.
Like, all right, you're here now, and this is cool, but all right, 6 months, hey, what you doing with this, that, a year go by, damn, you still doing the same thing you was doing when I met you. That's when it becomes a problem.
For sure.
And then they go and say, like, all right, this person did this because I know they still probably stuck in their ways. Mm-hmm. So that's, people give people chances. People give people the benefit.
But I feel like if you on some, you meet this person, they're a good person, but you can tell that they trying to build themselves up and they on some shit. That's totally different from, like, you dating somebody and they go totally off and you just like, yo, I'm not about to even go down this road to even see if you have what it takes for me to be with you. Like, I just know off books, like, we're not gonna go.
So how does it all? Because the thing is, more often than not, that's not where it stops. You know what I'm saying? So more often than not,
like
because
when some
women,
people they're infatuated with the person that they think they're dating, not who they actually.
Or the idea.
The idea of a person.
And what they might be in the future, what could happen.
Yeah, like,
so I
oh my God,
that.
they got this, they got so much potential. He's fine. He's cute.
People talking good games.
Yeah,
for sure. For sure.
Yeah,
but like, how the jumps? When a youngin gets out of a relationship, though, why do so in general, I don't know if we talked about this in the last one, but in general, if you ask a woman, like, oh, your dating past, like, how do you feel about them dudes? They're like, oh, they ain't shit, blah, 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 this, that, and other. Like, how, like, you deal with someone for so long, you might deal with someone for a year and a half, oh, he's some shit. I'm like, if he's such shit,
I'm about to
how is you dealing with him for a year and a half?
That's all ego. She just hurt. She don't be saying it like
that.
But there's no accountability in that. You're not taking no accountability. You knew he was bad for you. You knew he was out here fucking all these bitches, and you still chose to deal with it, and now you blaming him. He's showing you his hand. Like, bitch, I got 4 aces. I'm not rocking with you like that. I'm gonna string you along, and they just be with it. And it's the same vice versa with women and men.
But I feel like that's.
And they be like, damn, he's so trash.
Though, like, everybody ain't real enough to say, like, yeah, I dated this person, they not that bad, but it just ain't work out for me. Like,
how come they don't ever say? I never heard a bitch say that. Have you ever heard a bitch say that?
You
ain't never heard that. You be like, he trash, he cold garbage. You ain't never heard of that.
Hell no.
But look, you ask a man. Hey, but look, you ask a man will tell you, like, yo, I've dated good, like, not saying every single one, but there are men for sure that would say, like, yo, I've dated some good Jones. She just wasn't right for me.
Yeah.
But I think people don't understand how that looks on you when you're coming out your mouth saying, every bitch I fuck with is trash. I fuck with this bitch for 2 years. All right, if you meet someone and within you go out on 1 date, 2 dates, you're like, all right, she trash. All right, cool. Like I'm gonna put her in the sex box. Like you ain't gonna be in no other box. You go into the sex box, and girls be like, you go into the friend zone.
Yeah.
Whatever little zone you gonna go into. But that's
so. This is what I think it comes from, right? Or is one of the aspects, right? So like with women, with the accountability thing, it's like. It's a human thing, really. People don't like being held accountable. People don't like criticism.
It's crazy to me.
Like we were talking about it the other day. Like if I'm a drunkard, right, and I drink all the time, right, but I tell you, hey, don't drink and drive, right? Even though that's a good thing to tell someone, because you might not think I'm in a position to say it, you're gonna completely disregard that advice, right? But it's still good advice, even though I'm a drunkard and I don't follow those ideologies or whatever. I'm giving you that advice, and people always take it a certain kind of way because of that hate of criticism. It's like we jump into defense mode,
right.
And women are really big with that because, you know, I feel like we coddle, like we're kind of raised to kind of coddle women. You know, you kind of see how we treat you treat a daughter versus a son. You know, women get to be emotionally free and express themselves in any kind of way they want to without any kind of like, you know, negative action as opposed to a guy where a guy might try to express himself emotionally and it's seen as a sign of weakness to some women, you know what I'm saying? So I think that whole lack of accountability is something like it gives women an excuse to when they get into these bad relationships, like
it's not on them, it's not on me.
It's not on me. It's on him for lying to me and for. But you, it's like, come on, man. Like the whole like he lied to me type thing is like, okay, he lied to you, but where is the accountability on your part to say, hey, maybe I didn't do my due diligence. Maybe I like this guy a little too much, and I didn't set the right boundaries and things like that.
That never happens.
Yeah,
really, it's tough on both sides.
It is, and it looks bad for like if I'm talking to a woman and she's telling me, man, fuck my ex, I hate that nigga, man, I want to fucking.
Cause been for 2 years.
And I'm like, damn, like I would never like say that about anybody that I was like romantically involved with.
For a long period of time,
yeah,
also like someone that you were with. Not just like, oh, I met them and they were trash. Like
unless you like killed my mom or something wild. Like I don't understand how you can get into a relationship with somebody and love them and then it turns into this like really like negative, like visceral thing. And I feel like that is what people carry on to their next relationships, and there's always a little bit of that left over, you know what I'm saying? People carry that into the next one, When if you step back and you say, hey, maybe the relationship didn't work because of what I was doing. I know women don't really, we talked about that last time, is that the self-analysis after each romantic blend, you know what I'm saying? After each romantic jump,
encounter, date, and
we go back and we reassess like, damn, what the hell I was real dumb, I was goofy as shit the way I handled that, you know what I'm saying? Women don't really have to do that because the next romantic relationship is like around the corner. You know, it's boom, I'm getting
a
new guy.
Wait, do y'all really do that?
Yeah,
but the thing is, but it's not like okay, go back and you have
this goal line.
Yeah,
for sure.
So it's not like you have it planned out. Like now, let me go back and assess. It's just a natural thing where it's like, all right, this works. This doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to her and I followed all the bitches' advice and I told her I only want you for sex. Damn, that didn't work
at all.
Let me go back. Like all the girls told me to tell them my true intentions, and I did it, and it didn't work. So like, it's not like you have a session to go back home and say, let me reevaluate. It's just a natural thing. You might just be in the car listening to them, whatever, and you just drive a thing like, okay, like, damn, I gotta tighten up on that shit. Like, and you start putting that shit together, each encounter, and you're just putting shit together, and you're like, all right, maybe I should finesse the joint instead of telling her. Like I said, like, oh, just tell me the exact truth. I tell you the truth, you don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
So then you start game planning around that. So each experience you're learning. So it's not something that's
what it. I think that's what it. One of the fundamental.
And women can just do it. They just go in the DMs. They're gonna have people there. Men have to recalibrate. And I'm not talking about the top 5%, 10% of men who's just getting endless action. I'm talking about people that's working for each bit of action they get.
So it's really hard for men to date. is what you're
When you say
saying.
date, what do you mean? Like in
it's
terms of
hard-
like get like
so- 'cause,
affection from women,
like,
or in terms of what?
the way you're presenting
It's harder.
it's like
Way harder.
if you're not
It's
in
not
the
even
top
comparable.
Yeah, at all.
10%, you're not getting women. Is that what you're saying?
Well, whatever percentage of top 10.
It's
Well,
top-
whoever-
I would
It's
say
not
top
that you're not, but it's if you're not.
Desirable man.
So let's say you're in the, you know what I'm saying, you're not in the top 20%. So whether you're in 79 or whatever, depending on where you're at, it's gonna be, you know, you're gonna have more hurdles depending on your situation. If you're a little short, you're a little
But I
fat,
would think
you
that
don't got no
all
bread.
men, at least from my landscape, and I'm a woman, so I don't know.
But think about men that
That's
work
what we're
like,
here for,
think about the
you know?
man that work at Walmart, who's 300 pounds, who's just
My
walking up and down, who don't got
perspective
no
is, y'all
type
have a
of.
plethora of women to choose
No, but you're
And
talking
we have
about
to shoot
cool.
at every single
Yeah,
one
but
of
also
them,
you're
for the
talking
most part, for the
about
most
cool
part.
dudes.
Yeah.
You're not talking. We're talking about people
Or
that.
average, are dudes not cool?
All the
What do you-
guys
what
in
do you
here,
think?
all the
I
guys
really
in here
feel like-
are in
You know
the
what you
30%.
think on
in
average?
this area,
All the guys in here are in that
this
30%.
area, I feel like most dudes around here don't have problem bagging joints.
Because, and I'll
See,
tell you
but-
why. No,
but what is-
she's right though. She's right though. Men are
What you mean by like you can get a Jones number, you can talk
yeah,
to
yeah,
a Jones,
yeah.
but in terms of getting what you want out of that person, like
But it's like, what do you want though? I don't know.
well, it depends on the person. So some, like I said, it depends on the person. Some people might, what stage you're in. If you're in, I'm trying to chase Jones around and hit a bunch of Jones stage. All right, you're in that stage. Some people might be looking for a long-term relationship. It depends, you know, what you're on. But in general, I know you're not arguing that it's hard for, because don't think about the top men.
Yeah.
No, I'm
All
just talking
men.
about men in general.
Like
I
think about
really-
like the man you see working at the dollar store and he works at Taco Bell and he
Yeah,
works at.
I feel like
you
he
think,
be going smack at joints all day.
but do you think all of them do that, or do you think it's just like
Are you fucking that dude?
yeah?
Taco Bell, they will
personally
smack
not.
and shit?
I'm not.
So
but
why you think that-
somebody is?
See, that's-
Somebody is.
So you so
No.
okay so like
It's
so from your point of view you think
There's
it
levels
feels
to
like
women.
all
There's
so it feels like
levels.
all men basically could get some box if they wanted to.
Yeah, they just think
but no, but is it from someone they want?
are lateral with.
But it might be like, but okay, maybe they don't want no trash
They just
ass
don't
box.
like
They want
rejection.
somebody.
You need
A lot of
to
niggas
get the
don't
box
like
that you
rejection.
deserve.
They don't want to be rejected. You
Well,
don't
you
want to
said-
talk to 10 youngers in a day, and 7 of them reject you. Like, you got 3 numbers, but the one you really wanted looked at you
And them
like,
3 might be fluke. They might just gave it to
Yeah,
you.
you
But it
might
take
just
more
talk
work
to
than
them,
you
you know
think.
what I'm saying?
See, but the thing is,
Babies.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, I was saying for you, when you speak on the, I'm gonna say the Walmart, the retail worker, or whatever, I'm gonna say for that guy, we use the word accountability. Like when you see somebody, sometimes you can tell somebody's status or whatever by just looking at them or whatever,
Yeah.
items they have on, just over.
Their
not saying they got
confidence,
much,
the way you walk, the way you walk.
So,
It's
like,
an aura.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say maybe myself. I'm working at Walmart. You know, I'm a cashier or whatever, and I see this like beautiful girl or something like that. I'm looking at her, probably Chanel or whatever. She's like dressed
Right,
nice,
right.
red bottom, stuff like that. I can shoot my shot, but also I'm like, I'm working here at Walmart, so you know
Yeah,
my
yeah.
shot not gonna go in.
Yeah.
So you know you gotta be realistic.
And
now.
that job also, the funny thing is, that girl you're describing probably don't got no job.
Probably not.
But for the dude, he's bringing in more than she is. But for him,
Right,
but real quick, Chris. But listen,
Yeah.
but for him, it's unattainable. Even though she's just a regular junk. But youngins be like, nah, you gotta be on a certain level. Like, oh, so what you do? Oh, I don't do nothing. Like I'm out here. Like, yo, I'm waiting to see what you do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
But
just-
go ahead, yeah, finish your
I
point.
was saying for certain things, like I do agree when it comes to. I'm gonna say this first. I do agree when it comes to like people in relationships and women and stuff, like women and guys. But like some people, they put themselves in the same situation over and over.
Yeah.
And want a different
again,
result.
And one different result. And that's insanity. And to me,
Men and women, both.
Yeah, it's men and women.
Both.
It's men and women. And to me, that's when I start to call you a bad decision maker.
For sure.
And
No one can take that though.
and then also when you were saying the self-evaluation, that's actually hard because even in sports, we use professional athletes.
Yeah.
Somebody could get locked down, like they could be shut down on defense. Man, my shots wasn't falling tonight.
Yeah.
No, bro, you got
Like
locked up.
Thompson lock you down.
That's true shit. Yeah, that's
You know,
true
you
shit.
got locked
Yeah,
up.
that's
But you know,
Yeah.
it's all levels. You don't. you
And
don't
what
see
you're
it.
saying is kind of why this is brought up is because there's a lack of accountability on all parts.
Yeah, it's not just
like
women,
dudes
but
simp
it's-
out there like, man, these bitches terrible. I spent all this money. Like, dog, you spending money on the junk that didn't want you. You should have known that. You ain't sniffed that out that she didn't want you. No, it takes time. Because I'm not gonna sit there like, and we know this because we've been through, you know, folks have been through this shit. It's not like new, like, I'm about to turn 40 this year. Like, yo, Amazon went through that where you're in a situation where it's like, damn, like in hindsight, you're like, yo, young Matt was tripping.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
That motherfucker was tripping. If you don't have no experiences like that, I mean, that's how you learn. You know what I mean? But it just takes, you know, it takes experience.
Self-evaluation is
hard.
It's a hard thing, and some people learn it through like a hard lesson, like it's a life lesson that's very part.
So this is the thing.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Like what you said about that Walmart worker as a man having the self-awareness to know that I'm gonna shoot my shot, but it's a half-court shot. It might not go in.
It might be a full court, Joe.
But what happens is because men, we get the real deal. Like if you're not attractive, if you're not doing something, bringing something to the table, the world lets you know. Ain't no, oh man, you're doing all right, you know, no.
You're trash.
Yeah, for women get that pass.
You think so?
For sure. What are you talking about?
If you're just a bad jump, if you're a cute jump.
She has to be cute.
Yeah,
I mean, not cute.
That's
Y'all
what I'm
being
saying.
just as mean and as harsh and as horrible.
For sure.
Okay, but
as an ugly ass man.
Here's the difference,
Same
though.
thing.
But here's the difference is that men are hornballs.
What?
So a man, the same way
he
you
would
said.
still disrespect her.
No, but a man might treat a woman that's like less attractive good just to have sex with her.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is so that less attractive woman is gonna have more romantic relationships.
Yeah.
So it's hard for her to gauge her real status. When the world tells her she's beautiful, she's really not.
But the world
And you know what I'm saying?
tell every woman they're beautiful.
So they do?
I mean, there's this thing going around
That's the problem.
Yeah.
The world does tell every woman.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
It's just how much do they do it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you can call a young and ugly and shit, man. What? I got 5 numbers today.
Exactly.
Easy.
And that's what throws
I got
off.
on my line. They on
So
my line.
that's what throws off their gauge, and they'll be like, "Man, I was doing this for this guy, doing this for this guy, doing this for this guy. Yeah, you were doing it for a guy out of your league, and it's okay. You know what I'm
And
saying?
maybe that out of your league dude fucked you. So now you like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm on this level. You're not on this level. He stooped down to your shit to get some action.
Exactly.
But you be like, damn, I fucked with a dude that was, he was whatever status you want to get. But it's like, yo, because you fuck someone there doesn't mean that's the level type dude that now you're on. Like, yo, he was just trying to get some cheeks.
Here's
bro.
a prime example. I
He
seen
ain't locking
on
you down.
social media recently.
It's like a friend
that
zone.
Guys were preferring, and these are high so-called.
Start there.
Yeah.
I'm just
So what
talking
is-
about
Yeah, I want to get. Let me hear this.
What is it? What is
So
it?
anyways, the topic was guys who are 6-figure earners would prefer wifing up somebody who's like a cashier or a fucking daycare worker or something very like not as high earning, but you know, it's just enough.
Sign me up.
Because her money's not important.
Sign me up for that broke bitch.
Yeah, her
Sign me up
money is
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so finish your point.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, so look, so this is the thing.
Why?
So I so
We gonna go around.
hold on.
Hey, money.
Why are you actively seeking a broker?
Hey, nah, so look.
That's all I want to know.
That's crazy. So-
Actively seeking.
So
there's
You see her,
numerous-
she's cute,
Hey.
And you're like, you know what? I can help you, mama. You're
See,
like,
but the thing is,
she's
you're
broke.
actively looking
What's
for a
up?
person that treats you right.
You're
not. No, but listen. Hey, no. So look, if there was a plethora of women who was making $100,000 or whatever bread they was making that's considered good bread, whatever area you're in. If there was a plethora of women that are doing that are still submissive and still they still understand or they're still on traditional value type shit, right? And they're making a lot of bread, then it would be more likely that's okay. Well, you could. The thing is, guys are more. They're not worried about a woman's long-term financial shit. Like, how many women do you know not supporting a man for a year? I'm talking about like are okay with supporting a man for the rest of their life. Like a woman says, I'm the top earner, and she says, I'm okay with that. I want to earn while he cools out, and he does his thing, and I want to be the earner.
Hey, some of these new
No.
niggas down for that.
No. Okay, so don't take it a step.
for that.
I'm telling you, okay, so but Chris, is that a regular thing or
I'm
not?
just about to say, there is a group of women.
Okay, that's a very small.
But-
I'm talking about in general.
No,
I'm talking about in general.
Listen, let me finish. It depends on factors within the man. Like, he could be an attractive
Have you ever
man.
seen it? A
Yes.
woman hold down a dude for their
Yes,
whole life. Like
yes.
she's the
I can
she's
see
the
that, I can
she's
see
that.
okay.
100%.
So you've seen it, and
Yes.
and would you say it's regular or it's the exception?
This is what I'm about to tell you what it is. If he is if it's an attractive group of men
Hold on.
that or
I'm getting to some too. So
personable,
Mm-hmm.
he has no problem finding a woman to support him and look out
She's
for him.
right.
But I'm talking about.
If it's a man who's not as attractive or doesn't have the personality, there's
And she's
probably
willing to
not
support
a
him
chance
long
that a
term. I'm not
woman's
talking about for a year.
No,
till you're on his feet.
this is what I'm saying.
I got answers.
If he's-
You've seen a family supported by the women, pretty
Yes.
much.
Yes.
Regular, like,
Yeah.
like,
It's a trophy
it's-
husband.
it's-
Yes,
Trophy
his
husband.
trophy husbands have this
Hold on,
all
hey,
the
Hold on.
time.
Okay, so look. I'm not just throwing
Like,
you off.
I'm a bad bitch, I get money, I'm a lawyer,
So
but
no,
my
no.
husband might
That
work
shit
at
blows me
fucking
so much.
yes.
It blows me so much. Okay, no one's saying that doesn't happen. What I'm saying is it's not the norm.
But I'm saying it's the
Oh my
norm
God.
for attractive men. Not
Hold on, the norm for attractive man is to get a woman that's gonna hold him down for his whole life. That's the norm.
Attractive bum nigga can find somebody to hold him down for his life.
I can see it.
I don't think it's lifelong.
For their whole life, as I'm talking about, like they'll hold him down because like, oh, he might be fucking her
They'll bury
good.
that
good.
nigga.
Nah, she's right. She's right. Let me tell you why.
Bury them and they're with them.
This is what I mean.
I see so much of
So
that
what-
cheating.
so-
No, but to the
If
point,
the guy is attractive
to the point that
and
we're not
treats her
talking
right, no, if the guy's attractive and treats her right,
What's
Yes.
the age
no,
gap
what do
y'all
y'all
talking
mean?
about?
It's not even an
Hold on,
age.
hold
He's a trophy
I'm
husband.
not-
There's women
hold
that
on.
have trophy
I'm
husbands.
completely blown.
It's not.
I'm not saying it doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
What I'm saying is this is not the norm.
Oh,
Is
we
it an
agree,
argument
yeah,
that
yeah.
this is not the norm?
It's not. Yeah, we agree.
The
it's not.
norm is
It's
not
the
that
norm.
women take care of men.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about when he's super attractive, looks like Shamar wants him. In general, women aren't long-term caretakers financially of their man. In general, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah,
But I'm saying in general, that's not a thing. That's not the main thing. The regular, most traditional thing that goes on is not that. That is a one-off, and you have to be a very specific type of person to have that.
On
Have
both
certain
sides.
looks, have certain height, on both sides.
Yeah.
You can't just do that. I'm saying for men and women. So what I'm saying is that's not the regular. We're talking about the one-offs. So and I'm bringing this up for a reason. The reason I'm saying it's important is because a man, in general, a woman's not going to be holding him down. Her bread is not super important to him because she gets bread, it's my bread. When a man gets bread, it's for him to support his family.
Our bread.
Now I have a job, I'm secure, I can take care of my family. When a woman gets bread, it's like, this is my bread for me, and then we go from here. It's not like, oh, I have bread now to take care of my family. I have a husband at home and kids, and now I take care of them. When a man, that's your thinking. You're like, I'm secure enough to take care of a woman, to do shit. Women's like, for the most part, not everyone. I'm sure there's a woman that you know who doesn't do this, but in general, that's not what they're not looking to hold a man down long term forever. And I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying that's the reason men don't care if you work at the cash register, because they're not looking for a long-term partner to hold them down. That's our job.
Okay.
We're the long-term partner to hold the shit down. Now, does that happen sometimes where a woman may take care of a man because he has certain things? Yes, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. In general, though, the reason men don't care is because women aren't the ones, or they're not the long-term
But
providers.
I'm not talking about not caring. I'm talking about
But that's-
actively seeking this type of woman.
Because they're gonna have a certain
you
attitude.
are actively.
I was gonna get to that.
Because the thing is, those women don't have the wild, dominant, crazy attitudes where now you get home, I'm the boss, I'm used to going around bossing people
Here's
around
the
and
thing.
shit.
I would be cool, and this is the big problem, right? The reason he said that doesn't happen as much as it, probably should happen is because women don't know what to do with that power, right? And when a woman is in that financial, because it's all about power. That's why niggas with power, with money, want a broke jump, because he gets to exercise the power, right? So when a woman is in a position of power, with the money, what happens is they act a way
More aggressive, less agreeable.
It's not good for the man, so that's why men don't go for
It's
that.
unattractive. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want a junk that's not agreeable. I don't want a junk that's going to be arguing when I get home. I don't want a junk that thinks she's the boss. I don't want a junk. So there's a lot of reasons. So are there women that make that money that are good women? For sure.
Yeah.
But in general, when you're looking at that, it's like, yo, who's going to be more agreeable and it's going to be a better type of partner for me when I get home and I'm already making my bread. I'm straight. I'm not looking for, because we're not talking about bum dudes who's just looking for a come up. We're talking about people that got jobs. They're on their shit. That man isn't looking for. Now, does it help if a woman's making money and she's a good jump and she brings all to the table? That would be super ideal. You'd be like, wow, this is great. She doesn't bring her work home. She comes home and she's a traditional woman. I'm a traditional man. Everything's beautiful. But the fact of the matter is, the further up women go on, and especially this is a problem in this area, not the problem, but because there's so much bread in this area for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Now it makes it really hard for men, because now a woman's like, oh, if you ain't making this amount, I can't fuck with you, not seriously. But a woman's bread doesn't matter to that guy. It doesn't matter. So it's like, yo, whether you work at McDonald's or you work at this joint, you're making 150. Your bread's not mine. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. The youngest that I've talked to that made their own bread and did their own shit, I've spent more money dealing with them than I spent on regular jumps.
Because they have more expensive days.
But their money is theirs also. So it's cool that you make money, but that money is yours. Women don't look at that like that's our money. Men make the joint like, bow, I'm about to take this bitch out, blah, 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 do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Women get the joint like, okay, I have bread now, so it's not looked at in the same way. So like you having bread, like, yo, it's not bringing nothing to me except for possibly problems of you being non-agreeable. You know what I'm saying? You being, trying to be, when you get home, now you're the boss, now we're fighting over shit. So those are the reasons where, not saying all of them, but a good amount of them, you're gonna have to deal with this. Now you're the boss. Now you wanna, it's like, yo, like, Bams wanna come home and they don't wanna fight. They don't wanna, like, and it's not about who's the boss and who's not, but it's about role, you know, you complement each other. If I'm a boss, I handle shit, I pay the bills, you don't need to do that. And you doing that brings nothing to the table for me.
Right.
So that's the reason, like, yo, I don't care about your bread. If she's gonna be at the jump, and it's way more chance that I find a beautiful, agreeable person who's like, damn, you Jay are on your shit and you're the leader of this shit. If you can find that better at Walmart and you're not worried about her carrying the family, what's the difference? Like, you found a good person for you. It doesn't matter if she's carrying a relationship or not.
For me,
do you understand what I'm saying? Why men would be on that? We don't give a fuck about that money because it's your money.
In 2023.
Oh, here we go. If you're really a man, I can't wait.
What I'm saying,
you're gonna say some wild shit.
I'm not talking about like
real man.
I'm not
real man. Take care of your kids.
A man in 2023 who really is trying to build and the so-called notion of building generational wealth.
But he does it with himself. He don't need a jump. The jump's not bringing nothing to them.
Not a goddamn thing.
But look, nobody like.
You're not gonna build with that.
But you're not getting the concept.
I'm saying, if you really want to build, why are you looking at the bitch from Walmart?
Let me tell you why I want to build with a girl from Walmart.
You can't.
Let me tell you, right?
When I
go,
you're gonna have your little house.
I'm about to tell you why. Okay, look. So when I go to like McDonald's, right? I'm always impressed by the people that work at McDonald's, right? Like
I shouldn't be laughing.
No, because for me, because I'll be like, yo, I wish I had $1 million corporation or something so I could come and get one of these fucking hard-working motherfuckers a real job. Like, cause they're the ones that are out there. They're fucking out there dealing with customer service and all this wild shit, right? But the reason I bring that up is because when you have a woman that has a certain amount of money that she makes, she has expensive tastes, right? So, like he was saying, when women have their own money, for men, when I see a woman with money, what that means is if I'm going to pursue her, it's going to cost me more money than a woman with. And
we're men telling you this, so you can shake your hands.
Because of the experiences.
But it's our experience.
It's experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are the women that you're dealing with? It's the type of women y'all dealing with.
Let's Sosa go
The other guy is no man's gonna sell himself short. Like if he doesn't have something, his plan is to get it.
Yeah.
So he's
not worried about you getting it.
I can afford a young man working at Burger King because I'll be straight.
I'm straight. I'm good. I'm not
order in 5-10 years. I'm gonna have my own business.
Yeah.
I'm a mastermind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm on
every
this.
Man thinks
your
like
shit's not taken into account.
Society won't let men not think like that. You can't not plan ahead.
And you have to rely on a bitch to take half of your business.
Like, you can look good. You can be the man that saves you.
I gotta hear Johnny.
We can't plan to meet. We can't depend on meeting the women to take us out of home.
You better not want a John that makes bread that's a bitch to you. Like, please don't say you want that.
Didn't say that.
Okay. Because we already put in that if the bitch can act right and make money, of course that's a plus. But we're talking about in general.
Clearly, I mean, they're out there. They exist.
Right. Okay.
But yes, I completely agree with Chris. Like I couldn't consider wifing a joint from McDonald's or Burger King or someone that low standard. I'm just being honest with you. Because social aspects. Just having a conversation of intelligence would probably blow my fucking mind.
It'll blow you.
Like it really would blow me.
Yeah, and there's people that are just like that. Where it's like, but also, do you have to have like own your own business to be intelligent?
No, you don't have to own your own business to be intelligent. But how many intelligent people work at McDonald's?
Okay, so we're not necessarily talking about. We're talking about like if you have like a low, like you're getting, like whatever type little fluke job. You might not have a government job. You're just getting low. You're getting by.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of people that are getting by that have more common sense and are more rational than people that went to college and accomplished things.
Yeah,
so it's not.
But
So it's not saying
but
that.
it's honest that they are less than because you're going after these people. It's not like you're actively seeing these people and you're like, oh, she has a great personality. She may not have the CEO job, but she's clearly a great worker. She's organized. She does X, Y, Z.
Mm-hmm.
But you're actively seeking that because you want to dominate, not because of who the person it is.
That's
And
not.
It's not dominating. You want someone. You want someone that you can cooperate with.
If you're looking for a partnership,
See, but it's not necessarily dominating.
No.
You're looking for a cooperative partner,
right?
It's not domination.
Yes,
you're looking for a
no,
cooperative.
that's not cooperation.
Hold on,
You're actively seeking a person just because they make less than you.
But you're
you
talking
don't
about a
even know them
specific
from
person.
a pen and paper.
But
You're
you're
like,
talking about
I
a
need to
specific
take the
person,
worker
and
because
you're
I know she'll
assuming.
appreciate me.
But
But you're
That's what I'm
assuming
talking
that.
about.
But how
I'm
assuming-
not assuming that. I'm
you're-
talking about.
But you're
people
assuming
saying
that they
I'm
want to
actively
dominate, but
doing
really they
this.
just want cooperation. So like you're assuming it. What I'm saying is you're throwing a lot of people into one bin of they want to dominate. When it's really like, yo, I want a cooperative woman.
What does that mean,
Can I finish?
though?
So it's like you want a cooperative woman who's not going to be combative with a lot of different things. So that's different than saying you want to dominate. It's like, yo, because in the same way, when she's going there and making pasta and making different shit in the kitchen, I'm not like, yo, you should add this in there. Like, yo, like you have everyone has their roles. I don't want nobody come in here dominating shit. We don't, like I said, it's not necessarily for that. Are there people that maybe want someone so they can stomp on them? Yeah, that I'm sure.
So why are you actively seeking?
But it's like you want a cooperative person,
You can only monetarily control.
But it's not monetarily.
But
It's
it
cooperation.
is,
I'm talking about cooperation at home. I'm not talking about monetarily controlling them. I'm talking about having cooperation that when you get home, when you walk in the door.
But you're saying you can only get that for somebody that makes less than you.
I didn't say that.
He said that's what they think.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I didn't say that. But your chances are way high.
They desire that. So if they desire that, then
you call it control. We call it lead. Easier to lead.
Exactly.
As a man, for most people, for society expects men to lead.
Yeah.
It's easier to lead someone with a lower wage job.
So I'm breaking the house.
Sports.
You can focus on being a leader.
Let's use sports. Let's use sports. Let's use sports.
But go ahead. I'm gonna go on the leadership because he brought the leadership up.
I just have a slight disagreement with y'all.
Yeah, no, please.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. You know
Well,
what
for
I'm saying?
me personally, I wouldn't. Where I'm at now in life, I wouldn't date somebody that's in Walmart or whatever. They just started. It's a difference if somebody, they have a life, lose a career, lose a business, something like that. They have to do it because that's what's available.
Yo, I'm all the Walmart.
Let's say she's everything you wanted. She's whatever you want physically. She treats you like a king, does everything. And you're gonna say, you know what? I don't want you.
I might say.
What do you think?
Say no. I might say no.
No, that's fair. That's your.
I gotta first get in touch with that person.
It's a life.
That's what I'm saying.
Possible.
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle difference because we're not going to be in the same places. And like, even though, of course, I can show her different things and put her on, but I'm at this time in my life that I kind of don't want to do that. Like,
You want to come in with a.
I want somebody to have those experiences.
So are you prepared to deal with a junk with minimal cooperation? Is that more important?
I can't sit here and say that a woman with money, a woman with money who's doing stuff lacks cooperation because we all know, I guess, all y'all businessmen stuff like this, to get to that point in life, that means you can work with people because because making money, when you get to a point when you're making money, it's not about sometimes they say it's not about what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
So that means that you can talk, you can partner. That means you're good with people. So that actually is a skill.
But at the same time, dealing with people in a professional setting is not the same.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I'm just saying
and that's what a disconnect is.
Also,
you don't want somebody
let's be real though.
Professional attitude home.
The only difference between somebody that's working at McDonald's is a woman that's working at McDonald's or a woman that's working at Walmart from a woman that's making 60, 80, whatever, right? I think y'all are making it seem like it's like them being at Walmart is like is a thing of their character,
a bad person.
But it's really just life circumstance. Like
he's saying more or less he wants to build an empire with someone that's brand.
Yeah.
But also the point that you brothers are bringing up, it's the same thing with the women with more money, because you said it's a character flaw. You also saying that women with money
it's not
a character flaw as well, because you're saying
I agree.
Assuming that she's
I'm saying that for sure.
She can't.
I'm saying that for sure because you know why? Because to grow in a career-wise, we already agree that money is power, right?
Yeah.
Money is how we assert power in 2023. It's not caveman times where niggas going around knocking women upside the head.
Biggest rock up.
Strength. It's who has the biggest bag is what's the money, right? So to get to the big bag, we're saying that the processes it takes to get there are going to mold you as a person, right? So as a woman,
aggressive,
these are all masculine tendencies.
These are things that
you're a go-getter.
That it takes to get that.
And
now,
I feel
this type of woman that you have in your house.
So I feel you on saying that, like, you look at it as if that person from Walmart isn't bringing anything to the table because the financial isn't there, right? And you say you're saying, but if she's,
but that's what you're looking for. If he really wants to build an empire, it's like I would uncooperative.
But here's the thing, though. We already know that, and everybody's different. But a majority of men, what feeds their ego is giving women experiences, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna take you on a yacht. Oh, you never on a yacht?
Already been
here. On private jet.
You do something. You take a bitch on a helicopter.
I'm just saying, but that's life, though. That's part of life.
But that's part of life. No. Yes. No, it is. No, but the thing is,
it's real shit, though.
But it's a real. So that's the thing. That's like it shouldn't be that way. But like if let's say like it was a jump, it was like yo, if you go, you save up for all these years, you go get you your favorite bands, and you pull up and the bitch is like, well, I kind of like the other BMW a little bit better last. So like, but it's reasons for that, and like the male ego is very fragile. Now, should it be that way? Maybe not, but I'm just saying reels over fields. Like this is what it is as opposed to what it should be.
It's like you meet a young and you like, yeah, I'm gonna take you to a room, but she like, oh man, I went to last year.
Yeah,
so I gotta
be out.
So like it takes away from your little like damn. I put this on.
I know. I agree.
It's the male ego though. It's the male ego.
Yeah, no, I agree with y'all. I agree with y'all fellas. No, I agree with y'all fellas. Like taking a girl and taking a girl out.
You don't want her to. I already done this.
That you never. That she
building up a woman. What about building up a woman? What if that girl from Walmart, you took her, you gave her a business or whatever, and like you turned her life around and you built her up? You don't think that's gonna feed your ego?
Because women say that like, oh, build her up. I'll bring her up.
All that's the same, but I agree with you guys. Taking a girl to Aruba, that's her first experience. That's the ego. That's a strictly.
Yeah.
But it's another
trash. But it is what it is.
Another side of me though. It is. Real talk.
Yeah.
It's another side of me.
That's man time. Like it may not be. It may not be some Bama, whatever you want to call it. But it is what it is. Men don't want to do some shit like, oh, I've been in this Maserati before. Like,
but there's another side of me. It's like, yo, you don't got a passport, yo. Like,
no, for sure.
You never been there. No,
the thing is, and like to be fair, like I'm not saying in any way that like, yo, wanting to build up with a woman that has bread and who's a good woman and who's a good partner for you is a bad idea. In no way is that what we're saying. Yeah. We're just more or less talking about percentages where like the chances of finding someone who's on the same, like, so let's say the man in general is the provider and you're going to be making, 80, 100, whatever, however much you're making. To find a woman on that same level and for that same woman to have the cooperation that you want in terms of completing the puzzle. Because the thing is, like, so if you have two people that are super business minded, super on it, could they make a good power team? Yeah. See, now like I said, now I'm just speaking only for me in this situation. Like, I'm not necessarily worried about that more than I am worried about completing a puzzle for me. Like, I need affection from a feminine woman who does certain things like you, like for me. Like, and so this is where it kind of comes into what's important for you. So if you're like, yo, I'm trying to build wild generational wealth, and it's more important for me to have a woman who I can do that with, where I know she's bringing bread in, and maybe she's a little less cooperative, and maybe she's a little bit more rough to deal with because she's like a cutthroat businesswoman. She's used to dealing with shit. She's not going for shit. She's on it. And she's doing less the feminine shit, but she's building you up. I totally understand it. That's not like a crazy thing to say, oh, I want a woman who's bringing in funds, who's doing this. We're just more or less saying the chances of finding that and that person being so, but it comes down to what you're cool with. Like me, I'm not cool with disrespect. I'm not cool with non-cooperation. Like I'm talking about I can't handle it like 0%. So like I'm talking about like none. Like I can't handle that shit. And that's for me though.
Yeah.
But I totally understand in the same breath that there's people that's like, yo, there are dudes that are like, yo, I want my woman to be the boss. And I want her to handle shit. I want to know, and not even argue like, yo, she could be the boss. She could hold me. I'm just happy to have a jump. And I'm not. And so there's people like that, and that's totally fine too. I'm just saying that's not me. You know what I'm saying? And for the people that are looking for a woman who's cooperative, and who's someone that can kind of fill in it, like for our podcast, the type of shit we on, like we're just I know specifically for me and Chris and just in general, it's a more traditional type thing.
Yeah.
Where it's pieces fitting. Okay, I'm the masculine part, I'm the provider. You're the feminine part. You're bringing emotion. You're bringing affection. You're bringing love. You're bringing all type of other things that men can't bring to the table, and you're adding all
That's
this.
what you add.
And this shit is super important. It's not a little thing.
No, I get
like
that.
having a Joe by your side who does all this shit for you, and I'm talking about none of this being financial, and the things that she brings for a man being a nice, cooperative, subservient, whatever the words are. For
That's
that
what we
man.
value.
No, what I'm saying, no, it's not a concubine.
That's what I value over the money.
Yeah, but
I value that
what
way
I'm saying is
more
for a lot of men,
Let me
no, so what you just said, for a lot of men, that's what we value. So like the money part, like you're like, well, because women look at men for provision and to support. We're looking for, well, not everyone, but in general, we're looking for different things. We want softness from a woman. We want to come home to a soft land, and we don't come home and argue. So like you having money doesn't move the meter for a lot of people. Some people, yes. But for a lot of men, it's like, I want to come home to something soft. I don't want to come home to a pit bull.
That y'all don't understand. Why
don't.
automatically is a woman with money
It's
not
automatic.
having these things?
It's
For
just less
me,
likely. It's not automatic. It's just less likely. It's just less likely.
Listen. I grew up in this area. You know how many families, black families, that have women who are doctors, lawyers, CEOs, and they're submissive to their husbands, cater to their husbands, have long-term marriages with their husbands, and you're gonna tell me that it's not possible?
I gotta ask the husband, because
So here's
I gotta ask the husband, because
So there's like,
I know for me, my friends and my people, they're married to Jones that are trash and bully them. Like, don't none of them be like, yo, she's this.
No. Here's the thing.
We gotta ask
It
that.
course corrects. Everything course corrects, right? Everything corrects itself, right? So when you get that woman that's in that position, because we're still going off our biological shit from when we were fucking cavemen and shit. So take that shit and use money as power.
But
money
I'm
is
saying
I know what you're saying, and you're saying that you can have both. You're right.
The likeliness is so low.
All right, the thing is,
it's such a low percentage that
There
you
are
find
rich
that.
bitches that cooperate.
That's true.
Look at the Kardashians, they did something.
A lot of these women, a lot of these women are misandrous. A lot of these women are misandrous.
Lamar Odom is worth $300 million.
No, Chris.
He's a multi-millionaire.
Hold on, Chris.
He's a multi-millionaire. Chris Humphries, multi-millionaire.
Chris.
Ray J, multi-millionaire. What are you talking about?
Chasing these niggas. Chasing them.
They were
Millionaires.
Hold on. Time out.
Hold on, this is one at a time.
Submission is there with women.
But when they made money, they dated up. After they started making money, they started dating up. That's when they started leaving them and started dating the Kanyes and them.
Exactly.
When they didn't have money, that's when they were dating.
They're more willing to work things out. They're more willing to.
It's not like he
they're
was
more cooperative. You know what I'm saying?
Don't say they don't exist. It's just a very low percentage where like, but also this low percentage of this woman that's making all this money is cooperative.
Yeah.
Is she in shape? Is she a good looking Joan? Is it someone I want?
So now y'all being picky.
Of course. What are you talking about? Your preference. What are you talking about?
So yeah.
I'm not against picky. So like,
What you say, Ray?
yeah, I'm.
That's way to cater to your ego.
Yes, that's what y'all want.
Of course.
Isn't that what women want too?
Women
don't want someone to cater to their ego.
That's human nature.
Okay.
That is human nature. Hold on. We gotta just do one at a time.
I want to hear Ray.
Thank you.
Let me hear Ray real quick. So you say
Women drop the ego all the time for you guys. I mean, all the time.
Oh,
And it could be a regular woman. We could be on the same page. We could be a regular person walking up Walmart. And we drop our ego for you.
Not social ego.
Okay.
Maybe personal, not social.
We drop our ego for you, and don't let us.
But it's vice versa.
But men do vice versa.
Y'all can drop your ego.
For sure. No, because men let bitches disrespect them, do shit, and let it ride.
Yeah.
Drop their ego.
Y'all right.
Look, it don't happen to me. It don't happen to me no more. No more.
Yeah.
No more. Like, when you see big jumps, being there with a little man.
We said we leave when things get
Y'all leave real quick.
What's the baby
That
for?
wanna hurt
What's the
y'all
baby
feelings?
for?
Well,
But look,
because
the chances-
we are more sensitive in that sense,
Yeah.
right? But
in
it's
no way
because-
we're not taking accountability. Like, we don't disagree with the other part of it.
Yeah.
Women disagree with one side. They be like, what about men? We're like, oh yeah, we take accountability for that.
Yeah, man.
And y'all be like, oh no, we're sitting here telling you that we. No, that's what I'm saying. We know because like you literally just brought it up, and we'll be like, yeah, we do want our ego stroked. Like you're naming things that you're correct on.
Yeah, I want my ego
we name
stroked
something for you.
for
Be like,
sure.
no, it's because like no, we're not saying something bad.
And if that woman that makes more money than me, is she gonna still stroke my ego as a man and make me feel like a man? No, she's not. No, she's not. Like, why y'all?
Men want their ego stroked because women are
Caps are out. Caps are out.
And we gotta do one talk at a time. Trying to see.
I got one.
Yeah, let's try to do this.
Men want their ego stroked because women are attracted to big egos. Like, it's simple as that. If you go in that joint with a small ego,
And if she don't feel like you're the man,
you know what I'm saying? But you could be
I ain't think about that.
Smeagol. You could be Smeagol. Come around with a big ego. With a nice little
She go, yeah.
dancing and shit.
Yeah.
She go, who is that?
No, that's real shit because we will do that
because like naturally there's like I listened to shit the other day on the Joe Rogan blend. There's a dude on there, someone like the laws of attraction and all this shit.
Oh, I seen that guy.
Yeah, but it's a pretty interesting conversation. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what I was gonna say about it. But a lot of this stuff is like intrinsic things that are in the thing is, so it's not like a lot of stuff isn't necessarily a bad. It's not like we're saying it in defense of ourselves where this is a logically good thing for relationships.
Sorry, AD just got hurt.
Obviously, but the way we're explaining it is more or less what it is. Not that this makes logical sense. That this is. It's like this is the male makeup and the woman makeup. So like when we bring things up, it's because women, like I said, you're trained and over years you're looking for providers and protectors, and that's fine. But for some reason, women will be like, no, I don't want to. It's like, yo, I'm not saying that's bad. We're just naming things. If you say that you're looking for you want to look for women that are young and beautiful and follow your rules, like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like, I can say that's right. For some reason, when you name things that women like, they're like, no, that's not me. I only want a nice guy who treats me great all the time and lets me blah blah blah. Like and it's not true. Yeah. It's just flat out not true. You want a man, and it's fine. But I don't understand how it gets so like it's an attack. It's like that you feel like we're attacking.
Women are, that's the whole defensive.
Yeah, it's like it's not an attack. We're saying you like this, we like this.
So
we're fine with you identifying what we like. We identify what you like. It's like, oh no, we don't like that. But it's like, all right, well, the study show.
I have a thing, right? So you know how like small guys have Napoleon complex? That's a thing, right? Because what happens is because they're small, they feel oppressed or whatever, so they have to overcompensate, right? It's the same thing with women. Mm-hmm. Women have their own version of Napoleon complex.
That's why women drive fast.
They always
the same size now, motherfucker.
Oh no, I can do that too. Like that's not what we're like. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing with women always being so defensive with things is because of that.
And it's not even an attack. It doesn't be an attack.
Well, I think it's women. Women feel that men look at them as just walking vaginas and don't like respect them for what they bring to the table and things like that. So they're always having to prove that they're more than that, right? And it's almost a losing battle because here's the thing, right? A man is always going to be the apex predator, right? Every man in here right now, it's not like it's a man's boys club. We're all getting oppressed by men. There's a top dog man that's fucking running this whole shit. So it's not like a woman's ever gonna be in that position. And it's not like a slight against women or anything. It's just fucking the way the world is built. Like the way the world we're physically built as human beings and the chemicals and all that shit running through us is not a thing to try to fucking fight. So what happens is when you get the women that are making this money, getting that extra power, okay, it convolutes their thinking, and people can try to say it doesn't, and it's cool, but there's a reason that these men with all this power and all this money and all this stuff go after a certain type of person, right? And then the other thing that people need to look at is, if there's a yin, there's a yang, right? If there's women, if there's men that use their power to take advantage of women and are misogynist and use that to oppress the women that they're in relationships with, like we can all agree that there are men that will be in romantic relationships with women that are misogynist, right?
Yeah.
That's the same way there's misandrous. Misandry is the opposite of misogyny, but nobody ever talks about it because as men, we don't even get to express it.
Did you know that was a word? You don't know that's a word.
No, that's a word. But it's a word.
Misogyny.
But you don't even know the opposite of misogyny because there's no accountability for.
No, AD's like walking
Like he was, don't he? I'm gonna say this.
No. Oh, no, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you get it right. I wanted to tie in the misandry thing, right? So what happens now is you get a sect of women, right, that are making that money, and they're misandrous. And they use the money to exercise their fucking misandry on the men they're with.
Which is the same thing men do sometimes.
And the same thing men do.
It's okay.
Women do it too. And they emasculate the men they're with. And men, it depends on the kind of guy. The same way there's women that'll get fucking taken advantage of by misogynistic men, there are men that get taken advantage of by misandristic women.
And they might like that though.
Yeah, that might be.
I literally have friends who I know them being with a woman who bosses them around and does shit is better for them because they're not that type of person. Like I said, what we're speaking on a lot of it, like everyone's different. So in no way are we speaking for every single man. Some man might want someone who does, brings in a certain amount and they can sacrifice a certain amount of respect or this, or maybe someone being at home who's taking care of the kids full time, and now you don't have to, you're not getting babysitters, you have a mother at the house full time, and that's like I said, everyone has different paths, and that's completely fine. Like no one's arguing that it's not. That it's not okay to be, anything.
And to me, as a man that's if I'm trying to build a family, right, which is what the end game is, right, build a family, generational wealth, legacy, the shits that stroke male egos, like a man watching his son,
for whatever reason,
fucking play football and be the best football player on the field, it does.
That's better than anything in the world.
Yeah. So for us,
so
think about it, like if you know that's what makes me, if you know that's what makes me feel like a man, right, that's what makes me, if you know that's what makes me feel like a man, the course to me getting there doesn't involve, like, if I'm okay, I want to have a fire son and he's playing sports. Okay, how do I get there? Because that's the shit. That's the final goal, right? If you're trying to just use an example, right? How do I get there? Okay, I need a girl that's making $150,000 so that I can stay at home and raise the child, right? You know what I'm saying? That's because that's how I'm looking at it as a man, right? If I'm gonna do that and I want to get to a certain endpoint, what's gonna help me get to that endpoint the most? And it's not a female business partner. That's what I was over. That's not a big thing. Yeah, like the money makes it.
Men not materialistic. You have to what makes a man happy.
And then on top of that, the money's called a lot of
your crib and your family.
Chris, but
do you think all these coaches get time to get paid
but do you understand?
Are y'all serious?
Or not? No, but Chris,
I know.
Chris,
and these are anomalies. You're talking about anomaly women. Sorry, Kay, I didn't let you get to finish your point.
But do you understand? Like, just what? Like, I understand. There's a lot of thoughts behind it. But
how many people?
But Chris, let me finish. Do you understand what we're saying? Like, just overall in terms of, like, do you understand, like, why, like, different things are important for us?
But I'm saying the goals that you guys presented don't align with the ones that you're presenting.
You don't think so?
Okay, but listen. But before we get to that, before you get to that, do you understand that men and women are fundamentally looking for different qualities in a mate? So you are looking at us and saying, I don't understand why you're not taking my money into account, my this into account, and we're sitting here telling you that doesn't matter to us, but that's getting argued down. And we're like, everyone is sitting here telling you that's not, like, for a lot of people, other things are more important. So but what I'm asking you is, like, you understand that it's different. Like, men and women fundamentally want different things. Do you understand? Do you agree with that or not? They're looking for different things, or do you not agree with that?
I think that it depends on the type of man.
It depends. I'm someone in general.
Yeah, I think it depends on the type of man, because you have.
You think that men look for the same thing in a woman as women look for in a man?
No, it's different.
That's what I just asked, but I literally just asked you.
But I'm saying it's the same. We both want somebody who loves us. We both want somebody who's caring. We both want somebody who's strong. We both want somebody who's.
No, that's not true. That's not necessarily true.
Things.
There are things, but there is a plethora of things that aren't we both don't want.
Like what?
I don't want. a woman coming in the jump and to take charge of my, like, I'm the leader of our shit. Somebody breaks in the house, I'm gonna go see what the fuck's going on. Titanic going down, I'm staying on the boat. Motherfucking, there's certain things that happen. It's like women want to be the leader, but when shit goes down and you need a leader, you're gonna look at him now. But in the meantime, everything's equal. But when shit really hit the fan, this motherfucker shows that he's the leader. But in the meantime, y'all get to argue that shit. And it's just, I mean, I don't understand it, but like I said, you know,
it's so much easier for women.
But when it comes down to it, like, y'all can't argue that you're the leader, but then when shit gets serious and we handle that shit, and you're like, well, I'm still the leader. Like, yo, I'm not dying for you, and then still letting you not be the, and then still letting you be the leader.
Versa? Like,
what you mean vice versa? Ain't no bitch ever gonna die for me, dog.
If you
like,
have a situation,
like ain't nobody ever, like, no, it's never gonna happen, bro. Like, I'm the leader. But hold on, I'm the leader.
Girl shot the nigga, he didn't kill him.
No, they'll say that shit after the fact. They'll say that shit when you're bleeding out.
Right.
Take me and stand, but when the shit happens,
Hold on, we got red.
But the thing is,
hold on.
but
I gotta hear red. I gotta hear red.
I'm gonna cut this because I don't want it in there. Real talk. Yeah, because of my parents. Real talk.
Okay.
My mom would jump in front of a bullet before my dad jumped in front of a bullet. So
right, it's a one-off.
That's a lot of women.
You just said a woman is not gonna jump.
Okay, in general. I forgot to put in general. In general. I got you.
All the time.
Your mom loves the shit out of your dad.
But listen, we're not here to talk about you or you.
More. She loves a way more.
No, but the thing is, we're not here to talk about you or him or him or him or me or him. We're talking about the climate in general. We can't talk about individual. Like, are there cases where a woman will take a bullet for a man? Yes. Are there cases that will happen? Yes. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. But okay, yeah, 90. Okay, but we're talking about. And so like, for sure. For sure. But
it sounds good.
You miss your chance. You supposed to hit the you know it. Like, you supposed to hit the you know it. Like, you strapped, like, you know it. Okay. Now, so look, nobody's saying like, to make it abundantly clear, no one's saying that when we're talking in general, that the other side of it doesn't exist, that there's not women that do this, that might take a bullet. Like, we're talking about in general. A man, if something's going down, and a man and a woman are in the bed, and the sound's in the front jump, and someone has to go out there to see what's going on, in general, because that's what we're talking about when I'm talking about my father, because nobody care about that shit. The man's gonna be the one that goes out of there. Now he's the leader, right? When shit goes down, someone smacks your girl butt in public, you expect this motherfucker to do something. He's the leader of he's leading what's going on. And if he has a woman who in that moment, let's say that something happens, right? And the woman get to talking shit, there's 5 dudes there, right? Let's say this shit will go down, they got 5 dudes. Dude come through, smack her butt, blah, blah, blah. So dude in his mind is already processing shit. He's already processing shit. It's 5 of them.
He was processing shit before you went out that night.
Before he even went out. I want to go out with my girl.
I gotta defend my girl tonight. I'm gonna defend my girl tonight.
Look, there's all
go. Let me see why I take it tonight. Dog. Might go down.
So if you have a woman and you know in this situation, you can check him, but you know in certain situations it's better that if this bitch needs to keep her mouth shut. And if you can't be the leader and be a woman and be a person that can listen when your man says, look. Like, and you to even understand this, you shouldn't even have to say this. Like, yo, when it goes down, you keep your mouth shut, don't say nothing. Don't talk shit to him, because guess who's gonna have to finish this shit? Me. You don't have nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? So like, you stay there, you keep your mouth shut. If they get a swing and you run, that's your only job, Joe. Like, you're out of here. You have nothing to do with what's going on.
Like, you get out of here. But
as a leader of this, if you have a woman who don't listen to your basic shit, when you be like, yo, chill out. And she'll be like, nah, fuck that. He don't know what he's talking about. You have a wild situation on your hands. You're dealing with it. Now you're dealing with some wild, dangerous shit. That woman has to understand, like, yo, when he tells me, he knows what's going on. He told me, like, yo, chill out. Like, hey, hit the cut real quick. That y'all know, shut up and run if you have to. But if you don't have that over your woman, how can you lead her if you have no authority, no nothing? You know what I'm saying? And so it's a constant fight. Who's the leader of this? What's going on? Like, bruh, so I'm the leader when shit gets serious, but all the other time you get to act like you're the leader. Like, that's dead. You know what I'm saying? And dudes don't like that shit. When they get down to it, like, yo, I act as the leader. I'm always the leader. I'm ready for action at all times because I am the leader. But then you march around like, oh, I'm the leader of this. Like, all right, Joe, if that make you feel better.
It causes so I'll give an example, right?
But you're putting your man in danger when you don't listen.
A good friend of mine, he had signed his kids up for basketball, every year, right? He's signing kids up for basketball every year. Kids going to practice, going to games, all that shit, right? Then his wife, you know what I'm saying, is like, I'm the one that signed him up. And he's like, yo,
true story.
This is a true story. You know, this just tells you how, like when it comes to, like...
And it can go both ways. A man can do some woman.
For sure. But, like, the way we have to move as men in the communication, emotional, like, landscape,
Vacuum,
I don't think women really appreciate that enough. And it's something that gets kind of, like, thrown back in our faces is, oh, you lying and you do this and you do that. And I be telling niggas, man, like, if you're the type of guy that wants to be in a relationship with a woman that is going to be making either more money than you or you require her to be part of the financial process, I mean, you're selling the farm, young. Yeah. And I be trying to tell niggas
depending on the type of person you are.
Yeah. This is all majority. This is majority. Majority relationships. I'm saying the majority of relationships.
Because you know what's funny? I would argue that we're more, actually the majority is that people be going for that shit, and now we're the minority of people that's like, nah, we're not going for that shit.
Well.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
I feel like at this point, dudes be sucking out.
Because of the overcorrection. And I'm like, I don't understand these dudes that be like, yo, I can't do the... How you gonna ask a girl to go Dutch on the first date? Are you just trying to waste your time? That's what I be on. I be like, why do niggas be saying shit that they know is getting the pussy dry? It's Sahara and that shit. And niggas do this shit all the time. And of course, the check's gonna come out. She's gonna do her little shtick of going in her fucking wallet. And yeah, that's when you be the man and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? That like niggas don't lose your power. And what that means is, if your goal is to get the box and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna go half, then you lost. You're fucking up your chances of... If your goal is to be respected, if your goal is to be respected by your woman...
And if they don't do half, you gotta walk home. You gotta do what you gotta do.
No, but I respect that right there. No, but what I'm saying is basically, like, as a man, right? When it comes time, okay, we're trying to get some box, right? It's box time, right? How are we gonna get this box, right? First of all, niggas gotta get money. Y'all niggas gotta get money, right? You have to get money to be able to... a little bit of shape. Because don't go for... The thing that... The biggest thing that blows me about women is that women be trying to... And this is what happens with women with money, too, right? At least the broke bitch is gonna be like, she's broke, and she's not gonna have that stupid extra pride and all that dumb shit, right?
They still might. Yeah, they still might have it. But it's just less of it.
Yeah, it's less of it. A girl with money,
she's gonna have it.
She's gonna have that. Already have the expensive taste, right? And now you're in a position where you're having to battle and do all these things. Now, the situations that Chris was talking about earlier, you know what I'm saying, where the woman is making more money and she's still stroking a man's ego, making him feel like a man and doing all that shit. Those scenarios, I think those scenarios happen because that's a situation where you either have a guy that is built for that, like a guy that's built for that, oh, I'm cool with letting a woman do whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's niggas like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because it's what works for you. I think
it's more than not like that now.
But what I'm saying is it's what works for you. Like, it won't work for me. But if it works for you, then that's cool. Yeah. But that's part of the process of learning about what works for you.
Everyone learns their different paths to how they're going to get to the shit.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing.
Some be nice guys, some be like, I'm a swiper, some be like, there's
the biggest thing that I want people to get from this is, they just freed the Top G today. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all heard about that shit.
Free the Top G.
My man, Top G's free. You know what I'm saying?
A black man from DC.
Yeah, black man from DC. Come on.
Black man from DC.
You can't keep a black man down.
Wrongly locked up.
America, in Africa, in Romania. It don't matter. We always find a way. You know what I'm saying?
He like to set the world on fire.
I don't know what he's saying that way. Everybody hate him. I know
everybody hates him.
He's him.
He's him. We gonna get these. Everything's abandoned. We're going to the Andrew Tate section. Go ahead after you go.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, Andrew Tate is going to embarrass y'all, yo. I'm telling you.
It's so good, but it's so. Wait. Count Trump right there. I have Trump right there.
Hold on. In what way? Embarrass him in what way?
We were just talking about accountability. We were just talking about it, right? So if he's a top G, why is he putting himself in these situations when he get knocked? Human trafficking is a serious thing, yo.
And they came to find out that he did nothing wrong and they're freeing him. He's about to get 100 million viewers on his next live.
But still,
he literally did nothing wrong.
So
if someone locks you up, for something, hold on. If someone locks you up for something you didn't do, you're gonna still hold that person accountable. Let's say they ran into your house and they had some shit on you and you didn't do it, and they had you locked up for 3 months. And when you were out and they said, you know what, we found nothing on this man, and you still
after we sold all his assets.
After you sold all his assets to pay
and
they come out and say, you know what, after 4 months, we sold his Bugatti, we sold all that shit. Look, we sold all that shit. And after that, they did this whole wild investigation for months. They came out and said he didn't do anything. I can't hold for that specific thing. Like they found 0 on human trafficking, and that's why we brought up, and they let him out. So
yes, he's free. I agree, he's free.
So what part? So why is everyone
my only thing is this. I'm gonna use this analogy when it comes to human trafficking. Oh, because I don't want to minimize it.
It's a terrible thing.
Because Tay be on his mask and like I'm dog and shit.
I want to say this,
but Tay holds men.
I just want to say this.
Please.
There's certain situations I feel you shouldn't beat around, you shouldn't put yourself in it. He's been linked to it many different times, rumors and stuff like that.
This is business.
That's what he
is a sketchy business.
So this business, he does not even like that business is like a little fluke, one-off jump that he started. Like this man owns casinos, all type of other shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit that was brought up is for old shit. So right now he's in the middle of all this, he's in the middle of social media.
Actually, correction. Correction. No, hold on. Because here's the thing. I personally, I love people that push the needle, and I'm not 100% agreeer. Like, I don't have to agree with 100% of shit you say.
There could be things that you do
like, whatever, that So the thing with Andrew Tate is when this whole thing happened, the people was here for it's the shame culture. Like, oh, you like Andrew Tate? Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, now look what happened. Like, he a fucking raper, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
4 months.
Okay.
Nothing.
My whole thing was, when it happened, I said, look, I don't know Andrew Tate. All I'm going off of is I took the positive aspects of his messages.
That be towards men
also.
No one says anything when he talks about men and be like, yo, if you sit at home all day and do nothing and you're fucking eat Cheetos all day and you're at home depressed because you don't have no bitches and you don't have no money.
It's the realest shit.
Then that's on you, bro.
Man, you better go out and get some fucking money. That's what he be on.
You're not. I'll tell you. Let's tell you real quick. The funny thing about Andrew Tate, we was talking about this earlier, is that Andrew Tate 80% of the time is no hose bar going on dudes.
Yeah.
Like, yo, his whole message is to how to attain certain shit. Yo, you want the Jones to act a certain way, you want a certain type of youngin, you want certain shit, you want to be a boss, then this is how you do it.
Stop playing video games.
His message is to men. No one says shit about, he be like, yo, you're a broke. You sit at home all day, you play games, you smoke weed, which are things that you could associate with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean like, oh, I hate him because I sit at home, I do some things that he names. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to be a super duper boss, I agree with it. Ain't no, like, I don't take that shit personal. There are things that I agree with, there are things that I don't agree with. But overall, his message is to men like, yo, be a better person so you can make demands. If you're sitting at home eating Cheetos all day and you get a bad bitch and you're like, yo, listen to what I say, go cook me a meal.
Yeah.
Yo, you're wild. You're wild as shit. You don't know what's going on, you're wild as shit. So let me just wrap it up real quick. You're wild as shit, which I totally agree with. But no one says shit when he's dogging men all day. You're a brokey, you're a fucking broke as shit. You don't but if he says one little thing, that'll be like, yo, so at the end of the day, when I have my woman and I support her, I do everything for this junk. I take care of her, pay the bills, anything she wants, I do it. She's my queen, she brings this, that, and the other. And I tell her to make me a sandwich, now I'm misogynistic. How does
believes that?
Okay, cool.
Here's my counterpoint. That I've taken time to listen to like many people in the manosphere because I'm somebody. If I'm gonna have a criticism or whatever, I don't like to look at like if something goes viral, it's a clip.
They have those.
Right?
You want to check it out. You want to check it out.
When it comes to
comes to
the red pill and the manosphere, I'm gonna use, since we brought them up. He brought up Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate. The issue that I have is with that sometimes when they speak in absolutes. And
That's
the reason
true.
speaking in absolute, that's a bad thing because everybody's not the same.
Yeah.
Everybody can't attain certain goals, and then everybody's not the same. Like, I'm gonna use.
And that's fair.
I'm gonna use Andrew Tate as a perfect example.
But when it breaks down, they do be like, yo, okay, like there are times that like this is in general. Like I know they talk like they're talking for a man who wants to be like him.
Yeah.
So like that is an absolute. But if you're not a person that wants to be on that type of time, then you don't need to be doing this. Like you can let your jump run you. You can let a jump talk to you in any kind of way. You can set no boundaries.
But that's
if you're that type of person.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm saying that's not the part of that's not the part that I'm saying. Like you first and foremost, you know, you could be your own man, be who you are. I mean, if you want to be a man, you have to have your own mindset, your own thing.
Right.
The message that I feel that the manosphere, I'm using Andrew Tate of the world and stuff like that, is I feel that like people feel that they have to be him, and you don't have to be.
But that's on that individual person.
Yeah, but
he don't say you gotta be me. He's telling you what you need to do to get better. If you feel like you need to be him, that's a you problem. He's a social media person. You lack role models. If you feel like you need to be, he's just telling you how to get better. Like, yo, you ain't getting no bitches, go to the gym.
Yeah.
You go work, go try to get your resume up, do things. So like, and I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But in no way,
Nobody's
he's not saying you have to.
perfect.
He's like, yo, there's plenty of clips where he's like, young, if you work a 9 to 5 and you're in the jump and you're providing, he's like, yo, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he says that as well.
No, there's a lot of things that he does go, but I agree that if you're listening to certain parts, you may miss out on. You may, because like
You
I said,
get
we listen to
clickbait.
yeah, but like,
get
you may
clickbait
listen to that,
shit.
but there are so many times where
Bro, we watched 3 hours.
when you're talking absolutes, you're like no matter who you are, what you're talking about, when you're talking absolutes, you're gonna be wrong.
Two things.
You're gonna be wrong sometimes. Let me just real quick with him. You're gonna be wrong when you're talking absolutes. You know what I'm saying? So yes, if you feel like that sometimes talks absolutes, and so maybe it doesn't. That's fine, but I feel like when anyone says absolute, I figure like okay, they just mean in general. Like
So two things.
I feel what you're saying.
One, I was on his side with Andrew Tate initially, until I figured out he was a black man from DC, and I kind of understood the animosity coming towards him. And the other thing is, I understand what you're saying, but
You gotta listen more, bro. You gotta listen more. You gotta listen to a whole joke.
No, I get that though.
You a fuck with Tate, bro. You a fuck with Tate.
But at the
Go
end of the
ahead,
day,
go ahead.
what I understand about the Andrew Tates and the Kevin Samuels of the day is they're speaking to their audience.
For sure.
People are. They have their own lane,
That's
their
true.
audience.
That's
I'm
the-
speaking into a mic. These are the people that are
That's what I
listening.
said.
These are the people that are donating.
Yeah.
This is who my content is towards.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course. That's his face. That's his face. Yeah, that's
Social
his face.
media,
That's his
some
face.
guy
Here's a
gets a
clip.
hold of it. Like,
Yup.
what does y'all listen to?
Yeah,
Look at
Hey,
this
tell
guy.
him, Sosa.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I'm gonna chop it
I
up.
don't agree.
Yeah.
Listen. I don't listen to the part where he says black men need multiple jobs. If you're not working, you're a bum.
Yeah.
If you're at home, you're not doing nothing with
You're
your
some
life.
shit.
What we hear is, oh, you're fat. That's why you're single.
Yeah.
So those
Don't kill him, Sosa.
4 million views. The other things get 100,000.
Now you know
200,000,
negativity. Now you know negativity gets
negativity
For sure.
breeds content.
like even for me when I speak on when people bring up Kevin Samuels, I'm gonna say what Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
Right? So when people bring up Kevin Samuels, most of the time people bring up how harsh he is towards women and stuff like that.
delivery.
Right? So
His delivery is
his
hard,
delivery,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, people don't even like a lot of the people that's on there. They're calling. They'll talk to him and stuff like that, and then it'd be like the worst of the worst people on there. The women be like, of course.
That's not his fault, by the way. He just take calls, bro.
I always say, I was pretty much
calls.
talking to Sosa earlier in chat stuff like that. I'm not gonna knock. If you know what Kevin Samuels is about, you take time to go into his live. You know what's up. You know what's gonna come.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna come. But I did have this disagreement with Sosa and stuff like that. I'm like, even though, like I said, that's what Kevin Samuels does. That's his bread and butter. That's what he does.
Right, for sure. His
I was like,
lane,
when you're talking to people, and you want to tell them about themselves, or you want to hold them accountable and stuff like that, you don't have to be like your truth or giving them a reality check doesn't have to be
So harsh. But if you're trying to get clicks, that helps.
Yeah,
and you're trying to make money at the same time.
Hold on, wait a minute. I have a question. I have something to throw you off on that. Because you do know when people talk about like the whole racism thing, and some people be on there Malcolm X, and some people be on there Martin Luther King.
Right, good.
You know what I'm
good
saying?
Example. Because at the end of the day, for me personally, I feel like being harsh, that's what get across to people.
Yeah, that's a great
You may be sad about, all right, you sad for a month. What you gonna do when that month over? You in Planet Fitness.
And that's how,
Fuck that
and that's how Andrew Tate talks. He talks like that.
He's like, yeah.
He talks like that.
Yo, you're a bitch. If you're at home and you're mad because you're fat, why don't you
Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you some real shit that Andrew Tate.
Like, oh, he's mean. Like,
I'll
no,
tell you what Andrew Tate
real
did for me, right? And this is from the harshness shit, right? So Andrew Tate, and this is off of Short, one of them short or reels, what the fuck that shit is. Yeah. I see Andrew Tate on the. I click on it. Like, what's what Andrew Tate about to talk about? He get on the show. He's like, "You're fucking fat. You're fucking lazy." And he's like,
this dude's
if you can't fucking do 500 press-ups, he calls the shit press-ups.
Is it
not push-ups? Because he's from press-ups in a day. Then you're a fucking pussy. No. And he don't say that shit. And I was like, God damn.
Resonated.
This nigga's calling me a pussy.
Hold on, let him finish.
You know what? No, bitch. I'm gonna do 500
Got him.
So you know what? Like that's the whole thing. Is like, I get it.
His shit be for men.
Yeah,
women get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah,
but his whole
men, you can be abrupt with men. You can be fucking.
That's his thing.
Flush with
men.
The
thing that's so funny is that the whole movement is Andrew Tate is literally talking to men. Women get caught in the crossfire because he's talking to men about how to get women that they want, like the type of woman that they want. Mm-hmm. So because you are talking about to men about women, you're gonna have to bring up women things. So they hear this shit, they're like, oh, why is he saying this? Like, yo, he's literally talking to men about how, you know what I'm saying, how to go about doing shit. Yo, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you need to do this, that, and that. If you can't just be a fat fuck sitting at home and think that a Jones just gonna be like, yo, you gotta be this and fix me a sandwich, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, you have no leverage, you have nothing, you're bringing nothing to the table. And 80% of his shit is him doing that to dudes. No one bats an eye, that's fine. The second that he's like, yo, I would appreciate if my woman makes me a sandwich. Oh, shit! He wants his Joe to fix him a sandwich! She's a maid! Whole time he's paying every bill. Right. Bitch is flying anywhere she want on a PJ. Yeah. But she gotta pay, but she gotta fix the sandwich? Oh, now you oppressing women. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna go back to the harsh thing first. I'm gonna speak on the woman part. So, the whole thing on harsh and stuff like that, because all you men here, y'all okay with Kevin Sam, y'all okay because y'all know whatever, right? We're all grown men here. You're not gonna let somebody talk to you any kind of way. Like, I'm gonna say straight up. If somebody come up to you in the street or whatever, and they say, Chris accidentally stepped on your kicks. Yeah. So you walking outside, somebody be like, yo, clean your dirty ass kicks, nigga. Like, where you from?
I'm about to say your kicks. I was like, you don't hate for DCs.
So I'm just saying, like, yeah, and I'm from New York, so I'm just saying, like, somebody will say that to him, you're not going to take, but he told you the truth, yo, you got a scuff on your kicks and stuff like that. But it's different. If somebody came up to him and say, yo, you got a spot on your sneakers and stuff like that, he's not going, he's going to be like, oh, all right, you can look at it, whatever. It's a way. Now, somebody saying, hey, your kicks, you got spots on them. That's not somebody coming to him, calling him, trying to be nice. You just said it a certain way. You just said it a certain way. That is my.
But you gotta say shock, like they're doing like a lot. Like also like there are people that are on the internet. Like if they're approaching they're not gonna be able to reach the crowd they want. Do what they want to do. If they're just keeping like, cause I totally agree that if I'm sitting there talking to you or I'm talking to whoever and we're just in here in a regular environment, the way he presents things aren't the best way to talk about it or the best way to say it. But when you literally have a show for that, and then it's like, yo, okay, like I'm in this lane, I make this type of thing, and like, yeah, you might like see a little clip and you don't like it, but like I said, it's not necessarily for them. You don't have to. You don't have to watch it, and the fact that it's an online thing and you're trying to get clicks, like there's gonna be shock value. So like, but the message gets lost, and that's a big thing. Like whether he's saying something that people will agree with or not, the message will get so lost.
One big thing for me is intention. You know what I'm saying? And it's a couple things: intention, and it's the fact that as the black community, we don't have that many vocal leaders. And for them, you may not agree with what they say, but look at how they act. Look at how they carry themselves. These are success stories. This is Kevin saying he come with a suit, 3-piece shape, and everything.
Take the positives from it. Take the positives.
You look at Andrew Tate. He's
First
a successful
man. First of all, please not group him as a black man.
He's a black. Hold on.
Yes.
But people don't know.
His father's flat out.
For people who don't know, Andrew Tate.
Now it matters if you claim it.
It's flat out black.
Jackie Robinson of chess. He's one of the greatest black chess players ever. He's one of these What you want me to say?
Yo, the man's about to shut the
His
game
father's
down.
black too. Do people in the DC claim Logic? Because he from the DMV.
No,
Logic,
they don't.
So I was don't give a fuck about
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you the real shit. Nobody gives a fuck about no damn.
No, people from DC. From DC, it's different. Like, that was okay. Logic don't really care about that shit.
DC don't show no love.
DC don't show nobody. Logic, like, people don't have respect for nobody, let alone Logic.
Fuck is a Logic?
They don't give a fuck about somebody
Man,
2
get
streets
out of
down.
here.
Unless more Logic. Like, nobody give a fuck about
Remember,
these white
Cameron got shot in DC, bro.
Prime example of Logic. I'll be quiet. I ain't saying
We still running?
Prime example.
We still running?
Yeah, we
still running?
Yeah, we got like
Logic
just named his
You're still
album.
running, right?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay,
Yeah, they told him.
you're good. You guys got
Logic
shut it down 10 minutes.
Logic just named his album The Green Line because he blew up at College Park, right? But you know he's not from around here. Niggas fried the shit out of him.
He from Moco. So that's a whole other dumb shit in DMV.
There you go.
Yo,
right there.
DMV, y'all think y'all New York niggas be on some weird
You
shit?
from New York? What's somebody claiming New York? They
Yo, DMV niggas are weird. Yo,
that's not.
yo, DMV niggas, bro.
relax.
DMV niggas, dog. I'm a PG nigga, right? My man's a DC nigga,
Do you count
right?
that?
Where niggas are like 20 minutes away. It's not like
had to say he's a DMV nigga, he's a PG nigga.
Yeah, like
Niggas live 5 miles away from each other.
But let him finish though.
yeah, it's a certain kind of like
It's
it's
a
to me.
whole different jungle, boy.
That's why we try.
It's a whole different jungle.
Cause like I love like I was about to lie and say I love New York. I hate New York.
That
But you're on guy, but like
he would have been a road for a second. Was like,
DMV
that's a show.
because the DMV is like everything is so close and it's lit.
Yeah.
It's not like in LA. And that's what when we was in Prime
right on
show,
top of each other.
talking to people, from all different areas, and people, all the transplants when they come here, and Bams be like, yo, like it's lit up in this junk. Like I just smoked a blunt with a lawyer. I smoke, you know what I'm saying, with a doctor. Like also a black, you know what I'm saying, nigga.
That's what you mean by weird.
Yeah, it's different.
I thought you meant like creepy, like.
No, it's just.
Well, that's not
different.
weird. It's just like, yo, it's
different.
wildly successful
It's different.
for one.
So when we speak,
that's why I love about this area. Because back home, it's.
So the way when we speak on shit, we're speaking on shit because we are. It's like science experiments, right? We're in a super advanced jump. Like women out here and women in DMV are smacking niggas. Black women to black men, smacking
most out of anywhere in the whole United States. The United States is top zone in the world.
They get more money.
So it's safe to say, women in education are number one in all this shit.
Yo, so
and that make it an uphill battle for the dudes. I ain't gonna hold you.
The whole sexist train, right?
Like you, boo.
And they be like,
I was in college. Like I'm old. I'm old head.
Right? If you don't get the fuck,
you know what I'm saying? Bim's
what
called
you
the
make 80s?
OGs.
Fuck out of here! Like
We old H's in this joint. We old heads. Alright? So the old heads in this joint. No, the old heads in this joint. Like I remember sitting in college classrooms. Okay, 20 years ago type shit, right?
20 years ago,
I'm just saying, that's how I feel, right? Sitting in that classroom, I'm looking around like, God damn.
20 years ago.
Ain't no niggas in here. All the niggas in the classroom with me are athletes. But it's a lot of black women around me, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, and I went to a PWI, we keep it, you know what I'm saying? We keep it white. But
niggas at PWI.
HBCU, all my homies at HBCUs, niggas are in that joint 40-1 type shit.
Sure. At Bowie,
40-1 type shit.
That shit was about, you might have 45 people in that bitch.
In the DMV,
4 or 5 dudes in that motherfucker.
We got the government here, so we got women in here.
You love to see it.
It's women in here making,
I love to see it.
Making 80,000.
I love to see that shit.
Even 60,000.
I hit about 3.
It's niggas in Mississippi right now making 25,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So here we get to see the fully advanced shit. You're getting to see women fucking lit
equal
as fuck.
men.
DuPont Circle, LGBTQ, whatever. Bama's strong.
Most single,
politics,
most
everything's lit here.
Unfaithful.
And you can don't get it twisted. You could go find some people to fornicate with. That's lit.
Yeah.
That's open. And that market is open. Nobody's. But in terms of the market, like, because the thing is, especially you, like you can always, and this is just anywhere, because of social media and everything, you always feel like you can do better, whether it be a jump, whether it be a dude. And if a woman is always, if a woman doesn't feel like she's with that guy, she's not with him. She's gonna always be on the. Now, if she feel like she with him, bitches be on. I will give him that. When Younger's with a dude and she feel like, yo, he's him. They do
she
good
gonna
things.
Jump in front of you and take that
she
bullet.
gonna take that bullet. Some Jones will do that. I ain't gonna hold you. I think my Jones probably do that.
Of course.
And I'll be mad at her. I'll be like,
that's why it's man. You gotta find the Jones. You gotta find the Jones.
Like that.
Level up with somebody.
Yeah, I'll be blown like that. Bitch, you gotta do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but
find a girl like that. Yeah, they ain't going.
And there you go. There you go.
It's difficult. I went far and wide for that shit.
That's ego though. That makes you feel good. When you have
like you said, I want to do it.
Yeah. But damn, girl, you would do it though. Hey, girl, you gotta do it.
I be shocked like, damn.
And you know what? To me, that's like the girl trying to pull out the wallet. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, put that shit away, girl. Put that shit away, girl.
We get from that bullet, man. I got this, man. Come on, man.
I actually do not like that. I don't like that.
You don't like what?
But when a girl like fake
they gotta do it. They gotta do it.
What do you mean fake like she gonna pay or really do like?
But they gotta do it. They gotta do it.
They also, hey, but Sosa, they could be dead ass, but when they do it, they sick after they're like, this motherfucker let me do it. So they could do it.
Why test me? Like, why?
Because they want to see.
I ain't gonna hold y'all.
They want to, no, because the thing is, this is a joke. They want the credit for I said I was gonna pay. You know what I'm saying? But you ask why they do it.
Yeah.
Because they can be like, but they're really expecting you to be the man and be like, which, like I said, anytime a joke's in it for me, I'm about, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Stop letting women pay for dates. I know it sounds
They
wild.
don't really want to do it, so when you let them, not all the time, but in general.
On your birthday, she can take
like,
on a date.
When you do that, a joke be like, okay, thanks. The joke don't fight you down. Like, think about it. Hey, when you don't want to pay for something, you will fight that shit down, right?
Yeah.
When you say, oh no, it's okay, I got it. It's like, oh thanks. Like they don't fight that shit. They don't really want it most of the time, which is fine.
If I'm taking you out, you don't like.
You don't gotta worry about that shit.
You don't gotta worry about it.
I'm trying to get to a certain point.
What I'm saying is,
you paying for that shit's not helping me get to my point.
If you got a bitch you're trying to get at, you fucking fuck with this bitch, bruh. If you fucking have her paying for the day, you're wild now. That makes no sense to me. Like, I guess niggas do this shit with bitches that they don't want to, like, they're like, okay, this bitch paid for the date and she still want to fuck me, I guess. But I don't get the concept of like going to
really
the joint.
trying to get to something.
Yeah, you're really trying to get a joint and she pull out your, oh damn, she paid for the date. Bro, I want to see the statistics of the sex to like the pay for first date ratio. Like bitches that pay for sex. We're gonna wrap it up, but I wanna like y'all can, shoot it in the comments. Like I really gotta know, like, is there any women out there that gave niggas pussy after they paid for having? This is a nigga you have never fucked.
Nope.
This is like the first time. Yeah, it's not like your buddy. We're talking about.
Yes.
We're talking about. Okay, we're talking about if you go on like a first date or second, third date, y'all haven't had sex yet, and a nigga makes y'all split the bill. How many women let him get the buns? Okay, and we gonna leave it on that. And y'all let us know, please. I want to know because I want to know.
I got to know
what's going on. Because niggas out here acting like women are going to pay for the dates and niggas going to pay for half the bills and respect you as a man. Come on, niggas, wake up. It's stupid. Stupid concept. Don't do it. Okay? Get your money. Keep your power. Okay? And when you pour into the woman, she going to pour into you. And it's like a little
and vice versa.
Yeah, with the bicycle, the banana.
Hey, and believe what these folks telling you. If it's you a dude, you a woman, whatever you are, if they showing you something, believe that shit and don't discard it. And if you choose to accept it, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You take accountability for your actions, though, what you choose to deal with. Mm-hmm. Don't, after the fact, be like, oh, he was some shit. Well, you chose to deal with him, and he was some shit, so that's a bad reflection on you.
Last shot, man. I appreciate everybody,
y'all, man.
Okay, it was good. Hey, this was man time, you know what I'm saying?
Chris, thank you for coming through for the,
Before you cut it,
she the only guest.
Hey, Red, before you cut it, I have a PSA before you cut it. Okay, cool. So, PSA real quick. So, like, I used to, I got a, record label, we make music, we used to shoot videos and shit, right? And we used to have a hard time getting, like, beautiful women to be in the videos because women be, not taking things seriously and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, we're trying to do this show. We need attractive intelligent, you know what I'm saying, tempered women, because you know we in this joint, it's not hostile. We trying to catch, you know, with honey instead of, was it vinegar?
Catch honey. Catch honey.
Catch something with honey, right? So like, if you know somebody that want to come out, you know what I'm saying, you know, we handle they ride here, we feed them, they get to drink and smoke weed and build their brand. Like, whoa, sign me up, right? So, you know, if y'all know somebody, just put them in the comments, you know, shoot us a DM, and, you know, we trying to build this, and we need that to happen. So, yeah, love y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm be on my LL shit, peace, you know what I'm saying? Love. Make sure y'all working hard, okay? Doing your final press-ups. Doing your final press-ups. Doing your final press-ups. All right, we're good. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Top G's free, man.
Top G's free,
Trauma Show, we out.
Yes, sir, man. Love y'all, man. Love y'all.